Thank you, Mr. Mooney. Let's begin with our question and answer session. Which industries are the major contributors to negative environmental impacts?
The energy and transportation sectors make up the vast majority of all greenhouse gas emissions. And though it's easy to point blame at fossil fuel industry players for continuing to operate under business as usual circumstances, we also have the option not to demand their final products by taking public transportation, reducing our online shopping, not buying products made with or wrapped in plastic, or not leaving the lights on when we leave the house.
What might public or private organizations get wrong when they think of switching to more environmentally friendly means of delivering goods and services?
It's a common assumption that less ecologically impactful goods and services inherently cost more. This is far from the truth, since a lot of the cost of goods and services in a market economy like ours are determined by subsidies. Fossil fuels like oil have been federally subsidized in the US for over 100 years, which is why it's often a cheaper option to a less harmful alternative. But in fact, in 60 countries worldwide, for example, putting in new solar panels are actually now cheaper than putting in a new coal-fired power plant, which would deliver the same amount of electricity. It's all about the right decision-making.
Why is this transition so immediately important? Can it wait?
The vast majority of climate scientists around the world agree that our time to act is diminishing if we are to avoid a rise in global average temperatures, which may result in unmanageable extreme weathering events around the world. The sooner we change our institutional and consumptive behavior, the better.
Can you give us an example of where are shifts towards green businesses proving the most successful?
Well, for example, when Coca-Cola simply cut down packaging in 2009, it saved them an estimated $100 million. Bank of America reduced the weight of its ATM receipts from 20 pounds to 15 pounds, which not only saved them paper, transportation, storage, and handling costs, but also a very considerable $500,000 per year. Dow Chemicals estimates that with $2 billion in energy investments, it has saved $9 billion in reducing energy costs.
So why should we as consumers care if producers can fix the problem?
Time is not often considered in people's views of change. There are still huge quantities of plastics, oil, coal, and natural gas in circulation. And what we as individuals do with the remaining stocks are critically important to keeping our life support system alive.
How can we educate people on the nature of this problem?
Well, people are social creatures. It just takes one person in their social circle to take action and positively influence each other's behavior. For those of you watching this broadcast, I hope that you'll be that person.
So what can we all do?
Well, you've probably heard of the 3 R's, right?
Yes.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yes.
Probably getting kind of boring by now. Well, the 3 R's are in the order they're in for a reason. Reducing is the absolute best thing we can do. And that doesn't just mean reusable bags or walking to work, but questioning our own spending habits, choices, and values.